Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Paul Young, and this is Championship Clash. Yeah! We're live in Williamstown, New Jersey with some exciting wrestling action. Tonight, we'll see a six-man tag war. The Pine Baron joins with members of the Diamond Stable to take on the team of Nasty Nick, Steve Farley, and the Burlington Bulldog. Let's take a look at some of the events that led up to this colossal confrontation.
You would understand what's happening here. I have a restraining order against that man. He's not to come within 100 feet of me, and yet he assaults me. He assaults me, and you all were witnesses. Yeah! I'm gonna call you into court. You're gonna testify against Nasty Nick that if he wrestles tonight in the six-man tag war, I'm gonna sue his ass into the Stone Age. Shut up. Can I speak my piece here? Can I speak my piece? I said, can I speak my piece? Ridiculous. Tonight, in the main event, we're going to put Nasty Nick in the hospital. Quite frankly, I'm sick of this interview. I'm sick of this show. I'm sick of this dumb question from you, Doc Lester. I'm done. We're coming out of the main event, and we're taking care of business.
Yeah. First of all, Steve Farley. We've seen many times before you squaring off with the Pine Baron William Leeds, and we know you've had some run-ins with the Diamond Stable, but still, it was shocking to see all of them out here together going after you. Tell us what's going on from your perspective, Steve.
Let me tell you something, Doc. And let me tell you something, Diamond Earl Scruggs. There is no way that you are staying away from us tonight. This is not over. Yeah!
All right. Over the last year, we have seen Nasty Nick LaCastro in street clothes. We've seen him out here with an attorney. We've seen him gain a position with NJCW. We've even seen him play chess. Yeah! But we have not seen Nasty Nick LaCastro in his wrestling attire. We see that right now. Nasty Nick LaCastro, what's going on?
I had some legal troubles. They kept me out. But I'm back, baby! Let's go!
It looks like we've got a match. It is raining cash here in Williamstown, New Jersey, as the Diamond Stable plus the Pine Baron William Leeds make their way out to the ring, and the Pine Baron wants a microphone.
You guys already saw what kind of a winner Steve Farley is. He might have had his hand raised the winner, but last I saw him, he was laying right there, buddy.
Nasty Nick LaCastro is the first one through the curtain. Leading Steve Farley, accompanied by the lovely Liz. The Burlington Bulldog with Professor Cosmo.
Still time for our main event. The 6-man tag war scheduled for one fall and 45-minute time limit. Introducing first team from Ashland, New Jersey, Klein, William Lee. From Burlington, New Jersey, Diamond Assassin, Matt Klein. From Kensington, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Bonsall, Street Founder. And by Professor Cosmo from Burlington, New Jersey, the Burlington Bulldog! From New Jersey, Farley! From Ashford Park, New Jersey, Nasty Nick LaCastro!
Seeing is believing. Nasty Nick LaCastro in his wrestling attire, officially part of this 6-man tag war. First fall wins. We've got the Pine Baron and Steve Farley starting off. If they start off as the Pine Baron ducks outside. Collar and elbow tie up. And Steve Farley picks up right where he left off in their earlier one-on-one matchup that got so rudely interrupted by the Diamond Stable. And the Pine Baron with a rake of the eyes. It gets him the advantage side headlock. That looked like maybe a pull of the hair there. Steve Farley flat on his back, and that's a low blow. The Pine Baron trying to break every rule he can early just to see if it'll get him disqualified. It hasn't, and the Bonsall Street Bomber goes for some himself. Nasty Nick in the ring, but he's not the legal man. Steve Farley getting worked over. His tag team partners are going to have to control themselves here and wrestle a tag team match. We know what the Pine Baron and the Diamond Stable are going to do. They're going to try and get under their skin. They're going to try and get inside their heads. They're going to try and throw them off their plan, rattle them, screw with their concentration. No tag! No tag! Steve Farley went for it. The Bonsall Street Bomber lifted him up and drove him backwards into the ring. Pulls the man and now throws him into the wrong part of town. Steve Farley caught in the opposite corner. And we've got another tag. That's the Diamond Assassin, Pat Klein. All three competitors have been in the ring for the Diamond Stable and the Pine Baron. Fisherman suplex there, and Steve Farley is hurting early on. Pat Klein with a kick to the sternum. Second rope, checks over his shoulder. Springboard lariat, 1, 2. Steve Farley reaching for the corner but can't quite get there. Now kicks out of it. Parting to Nasty Nick. It's been a long time coming, my friend. Nasty Nick LaCastro is the legal man in the ring. And there's a power bomb for Pat Klein. And an elbow to the sternum. 1, 2. Pine Baron breaks up the 3 count. to work. Both men on the mat now. Diamond Assassin gains the leverage advantage on the big man of NJCW. Perhaps a little ring rust here for Nasty Nick to work over. Now got a sleeper hold that Pat Klein has to be careful he doesn't roll onto his back there. His shoulders will be down for pin. 2. Nasty Nick does not drop the arm the third time and fights out of it with a big blow to the midsection. Pine Barren legal man. Burlington Bulldog legal man. Pine Barren out of the ring. Macho Mike Kozak, special enforcer on the outside. Trying to get the Pine Barren back into the ring. There's more action taking place outside the ring. There's almost more people outside the ring than there are in the ring or up on the apron. Half the locker room is out here tonight for this one. Diamond Earl is on the outside. Joey Guns is on the outside. Professor Cosmo is on the outside. 6 men are involved in the match. Macho Mike is the enforcer on the outside. Big scoop slam by the Bulldog. Brett Mooring counts 2. Broken up by the Bomber. Brett Mooring trying to keep control of this situation. This is insane. There are 6 competitors, an enforcer, and 3 other people who might get involved in this match ringside. Nasty Nick laying those right hands into the Pine Barren. Hip tosses him out of the corner. Nasty Nick's been waiting a long time to shake off this ring rust. Off the ropes. Misses the leg drop. Tried to slide out of it when he saw the Pine Barren roll. But it still hurt the big man a little on that hip. Luckily to tag in though. It's the Bonsall Street Bomber and Steve Farley now. Both teams tagged. Elbow drop on the Bomber. Hook of the leg. 2 count. Recent NJCW history. Steve Farley won the belt from the Bonsall Street Bomber. The Pine Barren William Leeds won the belt from Steve Farley. Killer Ken Fulgham, rest in peace, won the belt from the Pine Barren William Leeds. 1, 2. The 6-man tag continues. And we've got another tag. Each team trying to utilize the quick tags, getting the freshmen in and out. It is a sweltering July night here in the Monroe Business Arena. And if you want to stay fresh and want to stay your best, you better work as a team in a match like this. Knee to the gut of the Bonsall Street Bomber. Knee to the gut of the Bulldog. Face full of turnbuckle there. Bonsall Street Bomber trying to keep the advantage. Measuring the man in the corner. Misses the splash. 3 boots from the Bulldog. Now right hands, left hands. Throws him out to the middle of the ring. Double underhook DDT. Tag to Nasty Nick. Dragging the Bomber back up to a vertical base. The Bonsall Street Bomber fought out of that and got the tag.
Not quite sure what Nasty Nick was setting him up for there, but the Bonsall Street Bomber blocked it and got out of town very smartly. And now it's the Pine Baron versus Nasty Nick. Collar and elbow tie-up. Nasty Nick with the power and leverage advantage there. And showing it. Knee to the midsection and gains the advantage. Pine Baron sprawls into his corner. Nasty Nick baseball slides to help him to the outside. Pine Baron back into the ring. Not sure what's happening on the outside there. Pat Klein just took a swill of something from a can in a bottle. Now he's lurking on the outside as the Pine Baron lays in a Nasty Nick block. Block with a big left hand and a big right hand. Nasty Nick trying to regain his bearings here. For a guy who hasn't wrestled in many months, close to a year, this is a perfect match for him to be involved in. He's got two partners here, so he can tag in and out. He can work on his maneuvers, shake off some of the rust, get himself loose, and when he needs to, he's got two teammates there who are willing to work with him, offer him some support, and give him a breather while continuing the match here. We've got a tag into the Diamond Assassin. Who wants him? He seemed to have powered up with some protein powder there. And maybe it did him some good. Quick DDT and a leg drop on the Bulldog. Second leg drop. Arm bar. Bulldog screaming, no, no. Now a leg hold. Same type of maneuver on that leg. Wrenching on the ankle and the knee. Burlington Bulldog into the corner there. Some interference attempted on the outside there. Senior official Brent Mooring was wise to it though. Bulldog is up to a vertical base. Pat Klein. Headlock into a one count there. Pat Klein with a martial arts background, but every now and then shows us something we haven't seen before. That may have been one of them. Now a more traditional move. Went for a double leg takeover there, but Steve Farley with a snapmare. And now he's got a hold of that arm. Wrenching back on that arm. Pat Klein reverses it. Both men to a vertical base. Off the ropes. Lunging into him with a lariat. Steve Farley almost goes sprawling through the ropes. And now he does. He's pulled through the ropes. He was trying to gain his balance and get back into the ring. He was pulled through. Macho Mike intervenes to prevent a 3 or 4-on-1 there on the outside. Big boot to the midsection. Sends the Diamond Assassin sprawling across the ring. Slingshots the Pine Baron in. The Pine Baron got a little close to the action, and Steve Farley decided he wanted to square off with the Pine Baron. They have some unfinished business from an earlier match here in Big Summer 2017. Steve Farley boot to the back, now wrenching back on the knee. But the Pine Baron reverses. Goes there for that left leg, the same leg he was working over in their earlier match. It seemed to really get to Steve Farley. Steve Farley was limping around the entire second half of that match. That leg may have been softened up here. It hasn't been too long since they fought. Steve Farley reaching for the ropes, reaching for a tag. trying to turn, trying to drag himself. Professor Cosmo interferes on the outside. Referee breaks it up. Steve Farley gets to the rope by himself. Knees and chops. And now that big handstand knee to the gut. That signature move from the Pine Baron. That'll knock the wind out of you, maybe fracture a rib. Second turnbuckle now. Drops the leg and the knee onto the small of the back. Steve Farley tried to roll out of it. Pine Baron adjusted in midair and turned that flying forearm into a knee drop. Both men know each other so well, they countered and countered again in midair. And now the Bomber working the outside leg. He's got a hold of the ropes. He's got a hold of the ropes. Come on, ref. Break of the hold there, but not after some extra damage inflicted there. Diamond Stable and the Pine Bar are now insisting that Steve Farley quit. No one else heard that, however, and the referee is not buying it. Half crab, but a tag to Nasty Nick. Bomber doesn't realize it. The Bomber had no idea that Nasty Nick is the legal man. Boots over in the corner. All that pent-up frustration. Right hand to Pat Klein. Right hand to the Pine Baron. Another for the Pine Baron. Third for the Pine Baron. Back to work on the Bonsall Street Bomber. Sprawled in the turnbuckles. Nasty Nick stalking his prey. Big right hand. A second one just measuring the Bonsall Street Bomber, who staggers and rolls into a heap in the middle of the ring. Two! Rolls the shoulder. The reinforcements were not going to get there soon enough. The Bomber was getting out of that one. He was getting out of on his own. And there goes the trick elbow. Referee did not see it. That was a low blow. We saw it from the announce booth here. That was a low blow. We've lost count of the illegal maneuvers. My goodness. The Diamond Stable, Pat Klein returning the favor from Nasty Nick's House of Fire through his opponents earlier. There goes Pat Klein measuring Nasty Nick. Big right hand again. Nasty Nick is staggered. His teammates are barely making their way back up to the apron. Nasty Nick hooking the leg. Rolls the shoulder. Pat Klein over to the ropes. Gets into a martial arts squat. Flying lunge there. Almost into a chokehold, but he let it go and just allowed Nasty Nick to sprawl out of the back there. Now measuring the man. How's he going to fall up? Pine Baron ran around the other side. Nailed Steve Farley. And now the Bulldog goes after the Pine Baron. Nasty Nick has no one to tag if he needs to make one. He's staggering over. There's no one to tag on his corner. The Diamond Assassin out to the outside. Nasty Nick staggering around. Over to Brett Morgan to have a few words. Pat Klein rolls in. He's on his knees. What's he thinking about now? He's got Nasty Nick staggered. Fakes the left and goes with the right foot. Big right hand again. 3 forearms to the sternum. Nasty Nick barely being held up by that rope. Sprawled out across the bottom, across the apron. Pine Baron choking him out. Pine Baron choking him out. Ref trying to break it up. Bulldog trying to break it up and does. It's a melee over on the Diamond Stable half of the ring. Steve Farley back in the ring. Now trying to get out of the ring. Nasty Nick is still the legal man. He's been in there for what must feel like an eternity in his first action back in the ring officially in about a year. Big handful of hair, face full of turnbuckle. Forearm under the chin, knee to the gut. Face full of turnbuckle again. Bomber measuring him. Boot to the midsection. But Nasty Nick with the wherewithal to tag. Steve Farley a knee to the gut. Steve Farley. Multiple shots to the sternum. To the Bomber sprawled on his back. Scoop. Slam. Off the ropes. Farley splash. Pine Barren handful of hair. We didn't even get a 1 count there. The action is getting testy. We won't say the tempers are flaring because they were never actually under control. The rule breaking was evident from the first minute of this match. And it's been hostilities above and beyond what you'd see in a normal 6-man tag from that point forward. Pine Barren working on that left leg again. Modified figure 4 here. Steve Farley's got the ropes. The Pine Barren doesn't care. 4 count. Breaks the count at 4.5. Goes right back to that left leg. Turns him over. Half crab. Now almost a seated abdominal stretch there. Got a hold of the arm, got a hold of the leg. Dragging him now to the middle of the ring so he can't reach that bottom rope. Handful of hair, vertical base. Scoop. Back breaker delivered by the Pine Barren. 1. You're not going to get more than a 1 count with that kind of a cover. Trying to humiliate the man. Next time, perhaps just try to win the match. Again. These arrogant covers aren't going to do it to Steve Farley. Pine Barren's in there to humiliate people and dish out punishment. He's not just there to win. He's there to insult. He's there to condescend. He's there to put people in the hospital and send messages. Steve Farley, on the other hand, he's here to dish out punishment too, but he wants to win this match. Hip toss out of that corner. Now dragging the man to a vertical base. Goes for a scoop. He's got it, a turn and a slam. Taunting the corner. Pat Klein's in the ring. The Bulldog's in the ring. Nasty Nick is in the ring. The Bomber's in the ring. Macho Mike's in the ring. Who's not in the ring at this point? Who are the legal men here? Is it still the Pine Barren and Steve Farley? Pine Barren's flat on his back. Steve Farley to the top rope. Elbow connects. He's got all 3 members of the opposition flat on their back. All 3 members pin all 3 opponents. Nasty Nick returns triumphantly, winning a tag team match with the Burlington Bulldog and Steve Farley against the Diamond Stable, Pat Klein and the Bonsall Street Bomber, and the Pine Barren. And now they're clearing the ring. Pine Barren ushered to the outside. The Diamond Assassin, the Bonsall Street Bomber. The winners celebrate